You know, every so often, a video clip just explodes online and everyone's talking about it. That's what happened with Morgan Freeman's interview on Vanessa Clark's show, right?
Oh, yeah.
At 86 years old, he had this incredible exchange that left the internet buzzing and millions of people feeling like they'd witnessed something really profound.
It was pretty amazing.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into that interview to understand why it resonated so deeply and what we can all learn from it. The video features Morgan Freeman on a talk show hosted by the notoriously sharp-tongued Vanessa Clark.
Right.
And let me tell you, it's a masterclass in handling confrontation with grace and wisdom.
Absolutely. Right from the start, you can see the tension building. Vanessa, she uses her signature provocative style, questioning Morgan about his age, suggesting that Hollywood tends to forget about older actors, almost like she's trying to get a rise out of him. But Morgan, he meets her challenges with this stoic calm that's fascinating to watch.
It's almost uncomfortable at first, like you're watching a slow-motion train wreck about to happen. And the audience is clearly feeling it too.
Yeah.
You can feel this sense of anticipation hanging in the air.
Yeah.
But then Morgan starts to respond. And that's when things get really interesting.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't take the bait.
No.
He doesn't get defensive. He just starts to tell stories.
Right.
And with each story, the energy of the interview shifts.
It really does.
He doesn't just answer Vanessa's questions, he reframes them, using his own experiences and insights to steer the conversation in a completely different direction.
Yes.
This idea of reframing becomes central to the whole interview. It's a powerful lesson for us all.
Totally. And one of the most striking examples of this reframing is when Morgan talks about being with people as they face their mortality. He shares that in those final moments, people rarely express regrets about not having enough money or fame. Instead, they yearn for things like love, forgiveness, the chance to really cherish life. It's a profound reminder that what we often prioritize in our day-to-day lives might not be what truly matters in the end.
And he continues to reframe things throughout the interview.
Oh, yeah.
When Vanessa implies that older actors get forgotten, Morgan offers this beautiful analogy. He says it's like the sun still shining brightly behind the clouds, even when we can't see it directly. It's a powerful metaphor for the enduring value of experience and wisdom, regardless of external validation. He's basically saying, I might not be in the spotlight all the time, but my light still shines just as brightly.
Exactly. And even when discussing his own challenging past, Morgan chooses to reframe hardship into gratitude. He speaks about growing up in poverty, his father leaving, his mother working as a cleaner. And instead of dwelling on the pain, he expresses appreciation for the resilience he gained from those experiences. He says, "Pain is a teacher, and it taught me well." It's a testament to the power of choosing our perspective, finding strength in the face of adversity.
And then the conversation takes a really interesting turn when Vanessa, almost trying to rattle him, asks if he ever feels afraid given his age. His response is brilliant. He asks her, do you know the difference between fear and faith? He goes on to explain that fear focuses on what might go wrong, while faith is about believing in the best possible outcome. It's like he's saying you have a choice. You can dwell in fear or you can choose to believe in something better.
And you can just see Vanessa getting visibly flustered at that point. She's used to being the one who controls the conversation, the one who asks the challenging questions.
Right.
And here's Morgan Freeman calmly flipping the script and making her confront her own perspective. It's a subtle power shift, but it's definitely palpable.
It's like he's taken the reins of the interview without her even realizing it.
Yeah.
And then to really drive the point home, he turns one of her questions right back on her.
Right.
Vanessa asks him what he thinks people will remember about him, clearly trying to steer the conversation toward his legacy and achievements. But Morgan, with this incredible wisdom and timing, asks her, what will they remember about you?
Oh, that's such a good question, and it completely disarms her. She's clearly not expecting that, and for the first time in the interview, we see her facade crumble. She starts to break down, admitting that she doesn't like what people might remember about her, expressing regret and vulnerability in a way we haven't seen before. It's a really powerful moment of honesty and self-reflection that resonates so deeply with the audience.
And it's amazing to see how Morgan handles this situation with such grace and compassion. He doesn't gloat. He doesn't try to make her feel worse. He offers her comfort and encouragement, telling her that it's never too late to choose a different path, to change the narrative of her life. It's like he's extending a hand saying, we all make mistakes, but we can always choose to do better. And Vanessa, in this beautiful moment of genuine humility, asks him what message he would share with the world if he had just one. It's a beautiful transition from confrontation to connection. It sets the stage for Morgan's final words of wisdom.
And his message is so simple yet so profound, right?
Yeah.
Life isn't measured by the years we live, but by the love we give. It's a statement that cuts through all the noise and distractions, reminding us that what truly matters is the impact we have on others, the connections we make, and the love we share. It's a message that transcends age, background, belief systems, and it's one that clearly resonated with everyone in that studio, and with millions watching online.
The audience's reaction is incredible.
I know.
They erupt in applause. There are tears and hugs. It's like everyone in that room was collectively touched by Morgan's words. It's just this powerful moment of shared humanity, a reminder that even in our increasingly divided world, we can still find common ground in stories of hope, resilience, and the power of love.
And it's also a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, right?
Absolutely.
Morgan Freeman didn't just answer questions that night. He shared his experiences, his wisdom, his vulnerabilities in a way that created a genuine connection with the audience. He reminded us that stories have the power to inspire, to heal, and to bridge divides. And that when we share our stories authentically, we invite others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of empathy and understanding that can extend far beyond ourselves.
And he really emphasized that we have a choice in how we carry our past with us. He said, the problem with the world today is that too many people look at their past and feel bitterness, but when I look at mine, I feel gratitude. It's like he's saying, yes, bad things happen, but we don't have to let those experiences define us. We can choose to find the lessons, the strength, and the gratitude, even in the midst of pain.
It's about reclaiming our narrative, finding the silver linings, and recognizing that every experience, even the difficult ones, can shape us into who we are meant to be. And it's a reminder that gratitude, even in the face of hardship, can be a powerful force for healing and growth.
And then as the interview is winding down, he offers this amazing insight into the nature of power. He says, people think power comes from how loud they can speak, but true power, real strength, comes from knowing when to listen.
Oh, wow.
It's like he's challenging the whole notion of what it means to be powerful,
Yeah.
suggesting that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in understanding them.
It's a huge shift in perspective.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is suggesting that real power comes from empathy, from actively listening to others, from seeking to understand their experiences and perspectives. It's about recognizing that everyone has a story to tell, and that true connection and influence come from creating space for those stories to be heard.
And you can see how deeply this resonates with Vanessa. Throughout the interview, she's been the one asking the questions, trying to control the conversation. But when she finally listens to Morgan, really listens, that's when her own transformation begins. It's like she realizes that true power lies not in her words, but in her willingness to hear the words of others. It's just this beautiful example of how even the most unexpected encounters can lead to profound personal growth and a shift in perspective. This whole interview is like a masterclass in grace, wisdom, and the power of storytelling. Morgan Freeman took what could have been a really confrontational situation and turned it into this amazing opportunity for growth, connection, and deep reflection. And, it really got me thinking about how we use our own voices, our own platforms. Are we using them to tear others down, or are we trying to lift each other up?
Yeah, it's a really powerful question for all of us to consider, right? What story do we want to leave behind? What will people remember about our interactions, our contributions to the world? It's not necessarily about grand achievements or accolades, but about those everyday moments of connection and impact. How do we treat others? How do we respond to challenges? What kind of energy do we bring to the world?
This deep dive into Morgan Freeman's interview with Vanessa Clark has been so insightful, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a reminder that true strength isn't about being loud or dominating others, but about this quiet power of wisdom, grace, and choosing faith over fear. And it's shown us that even in the most unexpected encounters, there's always an opportunity for growth, connection, and a real shift in perspective.
It all comes down to the stories we tell ourselves and the stories we share with others. Those stories have the power to shape our reality. And by choosing love, forgiveness, and understanding, we can create a legacy that extends far beyond our own lifetimes.
So as you go about your day, consider this. What story will you choose to tell? How will you use your voice to make the world a little bit brighter than you found it?